Howdy cowboys and cowgirls, it's me, Cowboy Jack, and today I'm really excited. Do you guys know where we are? Take a look right up there. That's right, we're here at the School of Rock in the Woodlands, Texas, and we're gonna learn all about some instruments. Do you guys play any instruments? I play guitar just a little bit, but these guys are really good at it, and they're amazing teachers, so let's go see what they're all about in here. Come on. Wow. Guys, come on in here, this is so cool. They've got all these really great pictures of all these cool artists playing really cool rock and roll stuff. Man, look at these guys. I bet they're playing some really cool songs. I wonder if we could learn how to play a song today. Wow. Oh, hey, here's my buddy Calvin. Hey, Calvin.
How you doing, Cowboy Jack?
I'm doing great. Well, thanks for having us here today. This is really cool.
Yeah, thanks for coming out.
So kids can come here and learn all about instruments, right?
Yes, sir.
Could you even teach a cowboy?
I know I can teach a cowboy.
All right, well, let's see what you got. What instrument do you specialize in?
Well, I'm a guitar player mostly.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, hey, this may work out just fine. You think you could teach me a lick or two?
I think I can.
All right, come on, guys, let's go try. Wow, you guys have all the cool stuff in here. I love this artwork. I guess everybody signs the wall here?
Yeah, so every new student that comes in here, they get to autograph the wall. So we have kids going back all the way from 2013.
Oh, wow, that's cool. I bet you're gonna have some really valuable signatures on here because you guys produce rock stars, right?
Yeah.
That's so cool. Well, sorry, I just saw that and I wanted to ask what it was all about.
Yeah. So this is my lesson room right here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is where I do the private one-on-one lessons. And then in the big group room, that's where we bring all the kids together and we do our bands.
Okay. Wow, you've got a lot of cool posters on the wall, and I recognize this, but you've got even like rock and roll guitars too.
Yeah.
So this is, which do you prefer? Now guys, one thing I do know, this right here, come over here and take a look. This is an acoustic guitar. That's what I know how to play. Well, I'm not very good, but I would come here and get better and work on it because I'm not practicing right now. And then this right here is an electric guitar. That's a Squire, wow. All right, so what do we do now?
Well, we're gonna teach you a song called Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really fun song to play and it's also pretty simple, so it's good for beginners.
Okay,
yeah.
Well, that's basically what I am as a beginner.
Great, so you can go ahead and grab that guitar.
All right.
And turn your amplifier on here.
Whoa, check that out. I'm a little bit ahead of the curve because I've done this before.
Yeah. So, you said you've done this before. Can you show me anything that you can do?
Oh, whew, put me on the spot. Now see, I never learned how to actually play with a pick. Guys, come check this out. So this is called a guitar pick. And you use that to make moves on the strings. And I never actually learned how to play with one of these. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of like finger picking.
Cool.
So, I mean, I could play you maybe like a little bit of well, that's about all I got.
Yeah. Well, Seven Nation Army is actually a really good song for people wanting to learn how to use a guitar pick.
Okay, well, perfect, because I didn't know nothing about this.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is actually learn how to hold the guitar pick. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it right on our thumb and we're going to kind of hug it with our index finger like this.
Okay, let me see. So I put it on my thumb like that?
Right, but then put your index finger right on top of it, but on the side like this. So you have the point of your finger sticking out, right?
Okay.
And then you want to have a little bit left over to play the strings with.
All right.
If you have too much, you don't have a lot of pick control, so you're not going to be able to hit the notes as good as you want to.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to show you this riff, but I'm actually going to use our Method app to show you.
Okay.
So we have the whole song pulled up right here, and we can zoom in.
Wow, guys, come over here and take a look at that.
Yeah, so we have this whole song in our app, and we can play along with the track. We can, you know, adjust the tempo if we want to start a little bit slower. But what I like to do with all my students is we kind of try to learn the main part before we try to play along with any audio.
Okay. Guys, another cool thing is when you're learning music, you can actually learn to read music, just like we learn how to read words. These notes represent different sounds and different keys and different time and all those things. I don't actually understand how to do that, but a professional musician does.
Yeah, so we're gonna look at what's on the bottom here. It's called guitar tab. And the way guitar tab works is we have these squares that are called frets.
Okay.
Okay, so if we see a 7 on the second string from the bottom, on the second line, it means it wants us to play the 7th fret on our A string, which is right here.
Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
On our A string.
That's right. And then what we're gonna do is just hit it with our pick. Awesome.
I got it.
It has 2 7s in a row, which means it wants us to play it 2 times in a row, like this.
I'm not very good with this pick yet, but I'll figure it out.
Good. Now we see a 10, which means that we're gonna play the 10th fret.
Okay, I can get there.
Okay, but we wanna be careful that we don't use the same finger the entire time. Because if you look at like these big rock stars, you don't see them soloing with just one finger.
Oh, that's right. Well, and why else would we have all these little guys if we weren't gonna use them?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna challenge you to use your pinky to play the 10th fret, which is just 2 frets above these double dots right here.
Okay.
Awesome.
Did I skip forward?
Nope.
Okay.
You're a natural. So we have... And then we're gonna go back to the 7th fret. Awesome. Then we're gonna use our index finger. We're gonna slide up to the 5th fret, like it says in our tab. Then we're gonna go to the 3rd fret, like it says in our tab. And then we're gonna go to the 2nd fret that's in our tab. So that is the riff of the entire song.
Okay.
Yeah, just like we hear on the radio. Do you want to try it?
Wow, I've heard that song so many times. I didn't realize it was that easy. Let me see if I got this. Whoa, whoops. Practice makes perfect. Oops. I got a little bit closer that time.
You did. Yeah, so if you need help, just look at the guitar tab, because sometimes we like to go a little bit too fast. So let's try slowing it down just a little bit. Can we go maybe this speed?
I think I can do it.
Awesome.
All right.
Good job. So this song actually has 2 different parts. Okay, the second part is what we hear right before the chorus. We call this part of the song a pre-chorus.
Okay.
And we can just skip ahead a little bit to right here. So we see a bunch of repeated numbers, and we have 2 numbers that are stacked up on top of each other like that. 5, 3, 5, 3.
Now, is that what they call a power chord?
That is a power chord. You're exactly right. So the cool thing about power chords is that it's one shape and you can play it up and down the entire neck. So if you learn how to do a power chord, you can literally play hundreds and hundreds of songs.
Wow,
yeah,
that's really cool.
It's very cool. So in this song, what it wants us to do is play a G power chord. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our first finger, our index finger, on our low E string, 3rd fret, awesome. And then we're gonna put our ring finger on the 5th fret of the A string. And now it's very important that we only play those 2 strings that we have fingers on.
Okay.
And so, as we can see on our tab, we have this chord listed 8 times. So we're gonna try to play it 8 times. Can you do that?
I think so. Is that 7? Was that trying to go too fast?
You're trying to go too fast, Cowboy Jack.
I'm sorry.
That was still 7.
Oh, okay, I need you guys to help me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go.
Good job. And now we're gonna play The 5th fret and the 7th fret.
Oh, so would I just slide these guys up?
You would slide it down because it's a movable shape.
And is that 8 of them again?
It's 8 of them again.
All right, can you guys count with me one more time? Make sure I don't mess this up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There you go.
Hey, that's not that hard.
Right, it's pretty easy.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so if we combine those 2 parts together, we now know how to play the entire song.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's too easy. That can't be all there is.
That's all there is.
Oh, wow. Well, let me see if I can remember that first part. Wait a second. That was too cool.
Yeah.
Wow, well, thank you for showing me that. That was awesome.
Absolutely.
Could you play us a little? I heard you actually like country music.
Oh yeah. So I like country music, but I really like to play it on an acoustic guitar.
That's my favorite kind of guitar. Why don't you show us something really cool?
All
Sorry,
right.
I kind of like to have fun and put people on the spot.
Yeah.
Wow, that was awesome.
Thank you.
That didn't happen overnight. How long have you been playing?
I've been playing guitar ever since I was 11 years old.
Wow. Well, it's obviously served you well because you're a fantastic musician.
Thank you.
Thank you for showing us that. Guys, that was awesome. So I guess once you get the guitar down, do you guys teach other instruments here too?
We do. We teach drums, we teach piano, we teach people how to sing, a lot of different stuff.
Wow. Well, I guess I need to go find a drummer.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That was really fun.
I had fun teaching you.
Here's
Thanks for
your
coming
pick.
out. Thank you.
All right, well, now that we got that guitar down, or even started at least, let's go find out about the next instrument. Come on, guys. Wow, I just love the artwork around here. This looks like Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. Or no, this is The Wall. Great album. All of them were great albums. Oh, hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm Cowboy Jack.
I'm Alec, nice to meet you.
All right, well, thanks for having us. So what do you teach here?
I teach bass and guitar.
Bass and guitar. Slap at the bass.
All right.
Well, I'd love to see a thing or two on bass. Can you
Cool.
teach me?
Absolutely. So we'll get you to sit here, and here's your bass.
All right. Guys, come on in here and take a look at this. So this looks a whole lot like that guitar we were just playing, but it's called a bass. I guess would bass be a little bit lower?
Yeah, so it's all the same notes, just lower octave.
Okay.
So turn off these effects over here.
And an interesting thing, guys, if you come a little bit close and take a look, how many strings do you see on this instrument here, this bass? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, a traditional guitar actually has 6 strings, E, A, D, G, B, and E. I don't know what strings these are called.
So bass is very similar to a guitar. It's gonna use the same 4 strings minus the B string and the high E string. So right here I have the strings written. We have the low E string on the top, the thickest string, then the A string, D string, and G string.
E, A, D, G. Okay.
And we're gonna mainly focus on the A string. So we're gonna be on that second string, that second thickest right there.
Second from the top.
All right. So similar to guitar, it's gonna be the same riff, but what's gonna be different about playing the bass is we're gonna play finger style. So instead of playing with a pick, we're gonna use our hand, and we're gonna use our index finger and our middle finger to play this string. So yeah, it's gonna be kind of this motion, and you can use your thumb to prop up on that pickup right there.
That just kind of actually feels natural just to have it right there.
So the riff is gonna be pretty much the same as the guitar. So we're gonna slide all the way to that 3rd dot, which is our 7th fret on the A string.
Okay, just like last time in the guitar.
So we're gonna start with that one. Just go ahead and give that a play. There you go. So it's gonna be the same rhythm and all, same frets. It's just gonna feel a little different because we're playing with our fingers. So
Okay, so just that same thing I was playing on guitar.
correct, yeah.
Wait, I already forgot it.
And it's gonna have a little bit more of a stretch because we're on bass and it's got a bigger fretboard.
Okay, so these are more spaced out.
Yeah.
Oh, not far enough. Wait, 3, 5, 7.
Already a master. There you go.
That was so cool. Wow, and I noticed you kind of like click it. Is that like part of the song too?
Yeah, so that's helping me keep time with the song. It's not necessarily a technique that you have to do, but it's just helping keep you in tempo with everything else.
Okay, that was really cool. I want to try that one more time.
Beautiful.
That is so cool. Wow. So I mean, it's another stringed instrument. These strings are definitely bigger around.
Yeah, definitely a lot thicker, yeah.
I guess that's because they're making a different noise. Bass is such a interesting part of all music. I mean, blues, jazz, rock and roll, country. There's all kinds, and there's different ways to play bass,
yeah,
right?
There's slap bass, pick bass, fingerstyle bass, there's all kinds. Yeah.
So do you play in a band yourself?
I do, I play in several bands actually.
What kind of music is your favorite to play?
So I like all music, but I would say mostly my favorite music to play is a lot of the alternative and rock style music.
Yeah, okay. Like the new stuff or the older stuff?
All of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was really into like grunge when Green Day and those guys were a big thing. Actually, one of the first big concerts I ever went to was at the Woodlands Pavilion a long time ago when Blink-182 came to town.
That's awesome.
So could you show us a little bit of your style?
So normally, I'm gonna show y'all Money by Pink Floyd. It's got a weird time signature, which makes it a very interesting bass line to play.
Whoa, that was so cool. And I love watching you, what you call this finger style, because it's like his hand is just absolutely magically flowing across these strings. I mean, with guitar, you're using that pick, and this is important, but that's artwork what you were doing there. That's so cool.
And a lot of the technique with bass that makes fingerstyle a lot different from guitar. So on guitar, you're using your fingers independently, but on bass, you're kind of using this sweeping motion to go across multiple strings. So it's got this effortless feel to it when you get it super comfortable to play certain bass lines.
That is so cool. I just love the sounds that these things can make. Have you always been a bass player?
I started with guitar. That's normally my main instrument, but I love the sound of bass. It has such an interesting element to music, and it's one of the most important instruments for playing in a live band. So
yeah, I think if you take any song and you take the bass out, it doesn't really sound right anymore.
Exactly.
So this is a really important piece of the puzzle. That was so cool. Well, look, guys, now we've only been here just a minute, and I've already learned how to play Seven Nation Army with guitar and now with bass. I'm gonna try that one more time. This was just too fun. That is so cool. Wow, well, Alec, thank you so much for showing us this. This was awesome.
yeah, this was a lot of fun.
That is so cool. All right, well, I'll give you your bass back. Let me put it back over here on the stand. All right, well, now we've done guitar and bass. I wonder what we could learn next. All right, cowboys and cowgirls. Well, we've done guitar and we've done bass. The only thing that feels natural next, let's learn how to play with the sticks. Have you guys ever seen drums before? I have never ever played drums in my entire life, but I heard there's somebody in here that can teach me a thing or two. Oh, hi, I'm Cowboy Jack.
Ryan.
Ryan, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So this is like your canvas here, your art formation, right?
Exactly. Yes.
So you're a drummer, and these are drums.
Yep.
So what can you tell us about these?
Man, these are my favorite instrument. I love being able to just make loud noises.
Really?
And, yeah, and play rhythm and try to make people dance. So
I like it. I like it. So that we've looked at guitar and we've looked at bass. With drums, there's so many different things.
Yeah.
So like, what is this called?
So these right here are cymbals, and then these ones have a specific name to them. So these are crash cymbals. This is a ride cymbal, and then these are hi-hats.
Hi-hats?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It looks like they have a little pedal to them too.
Yeah. So fun fact about hi-hats, back when they were originally a thing, they used to be called low hats because they were down low by your foot, still had a pedal, but you would only control it with your foot. And then I can't really remember who created the hi-hat, but made it to where you could start using your sticks with
Using
it as
it
well.
with your sticks too.
Yes, exactly.
That's
yep.
a really cool thing to take note of with the drums, is that you always think of a drummer using his hands, and you do use your hands an awful lot to control the sticks.
Yes.
But you also have to use your feet.
Absolutely, yeah.
Man, you got a lot going on.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of drummers out there that use multiple things with their feet as well. Of course, in those big elaborate drum kits.
Yeah.
But yeah, the simplified versions are hard enough. So.
Yeah, there was even a drummer for, I think it was Def Leppard, who only had one arm and he still did everything, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very cool.
That's a very inspiring story for sure, because of how great their music was and how popular they became.
Absolutely. I can't remember any songs specifically, but I bet some of our fans' parents do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right, well, can you show us a thing or two on the drums?
Absolutely, yeah. So pretty much all you need to know how to do, at least for this song, Seven Nation Army, is count to 4. If you can count to 4, then pretty much everything else is going to be fairly easy. We'll just use the floor tom and snare for the first section of the song, and actually maybe even the entire section that we end up playing. But all you need to know how to do is count to 4, and that's going to help keep track of where you are in the song.
Okay.
And so that's what we call a measure. So the first part of the song is going to start off with just the guitar and bass, and then the drums come in after a first rotation of that with just hitting the floor tom on all 4 beats. So if our tempo is 1, 2, 3, 4, that's how we're going to hit the drum. But with this song, we're a little bit faster, so we'll have and that's going on while we have right? So while that,
wow,
yeah,
that is really loud. I mean, you're making a lot of noise with that thing.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And guys, come look at that real close. Now, when he hits that, you can see the vibration. Could you hit that again so we can take an up close look?
Absolutely.
Wow, that is so cool.
Oh yeah, the best part about it is how loud it gets. So the next part would be to add in the snare drum. Okay, so that's where we're gonna get what's called a backbeat, to where you kind of can feel a groove, or start feeling a groove to the beat that we're playing. So we have
wow, that was cool.
So the counting to 4 part, this is where this comes in. So every time we say 2 and 4, that's when we'll play both drums at the same time, adding that snare drum in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Yeah?
Okay, yeah.
So what's cool about this drum beat, when you play it the way that it was recorded on the record, they're using kick drum and floor tom. But when you're using the kick drum and you're playing all 4 beats like this, it's called a 4 on the floor drum beat. 4 on the floor drum beat is one of the most common and popular drum beats in almost all genres of music, especially when disco came in and took over the music scene almost by night. It transformed funk music and then influenced so many different genres of music. But it's called 4 on the floor because we're playing 4 kick drums on the floor with that, and I'll show you what that sounds like right now. So. Right.
Wow, that really brings it up a notch. That's when you can really start to feel it.
Absolutely, yeah. And so with that, you can take, and then whatever your hands end up doing can change the entire beat across all genres. So whether it's dance, whether it's Latin American music, or even pop, hip hop, all of those genres have a song, or if not several songs, that use that style of drum beat. And just whatever's going on with the hands can completely change that feel. So
very cool.
Yeah. Would you like to learn and bang on the drums yourself?
Hey, I guess so. You know, I like to make a lot of noise.
Perfect, perfect. Well, go ahead and take a seat here.
All right.
All
now,
right.
I don't know if I could do the foot and the hands. Should I just try one first?
Let's just try the hands first. That's usually the best place to start. So let me back this up just a little bit for you. So go ahead and just hit it, and don't even worry about rhythm or timing, and just see what it feels like.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is powerful.
Absolutely.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, just like
Correct.
you said. All right, here goes nothing.
Yeah.
hey, that's not as hard as I thought it would be.
Yeah, that was really good.
And so if I was gonna do the kick drum part, I would just do 1, 2, 3, 4 the whole time.
That's correct. So everything that your right hand is doing on the floor tom, you can do at the exact same time with your kick drum.
This is coordinating your hands and your feet, kind of your whole body putting into the music. So I'm gonna give it my best shot. I don't know if it'll be any good or not, but we practice and that's how we get good, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Here we go. It's a little bit offbeat, and I've never been known for great rhythm, but that was really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Coordination takes a little bit of time to develop, but once you start getting the hang of it and doing it a bunch, just consistently, it makes it a lot better.
It's just really intimidating sitting here. I mean, you have a lot that can be going on. Sometimes you see drummers going all over the place.
Yep.
So do you play drums?
I do. That's my main instrument, yeah.
Well, could you show us a little something that you like to play?
Why not? Yeah, let's go.
All right. Hey, do you know, I always like this drum beat, and it's something you hear after really corny jokes, but
yeah.
You know how to play that?
Absolutely.
So, you know, I just flew in from Chicago, and boy, my arms are tired. This guy gets it. That was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, show us something that you like to play.
All right. Let's see.
Wow, that was so cool. You don't even need other instruments to complement that. That's music within itself right there.
Absolutely, yeah. You can create melodies on drums, just strictly rhythm. It's a fascinating instrument for sure.
That is really cool. Now, one thing I wanted to add, you know, drums can be really loud. So do drummers normally wear hearing protection?
They should. Probably not many actually do. But we try to a lot here just because it is damaging.
That's important because when you're exposed to really loud noises repetitively over time, you can actually cause hearing loss.
Yes.
And if you're just coming here to learn the drums, you may be jump-starting your career as a drummer. So you want to make sure to always wear hearing protection. You can still hear what you're doing through the earplugs, but it's important because once you leave here and you want to talk to somebody, you can hear what they say. So it's real important to wear hearing protection. Wow, well, thank you so much for showing us this. It was amazing.
Absolutely.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right, guys, come on. Wow, those drums were absolutely amazing. There's another instrument we ought to take a look at too. This is something you guys might have at home, or you may have seen one before. It's a really cool instrument and you can play all kinds of different music on it. Oh, hey, how are you?
Hello.
I'm Cowboy Jack.
Nice to meet you, Cowboy Jack. I'm Connor.
Wow, so you're gonna show us a thing or two about the piano.
I sure am.
Wow, this is really cool.
You want to come take a seat by me?
Yeah.
Awesome. Have you ever played a piano before, Cowboy Jack?
I have pretended a few times, but I have never done anything very well.
Perfect. Well, we'll start with the basics and stuff. So with guitar and with bass and stuff, they're very specialized instruments, I guess you could say. Like, there's a lot to go on. With piano, it's a very instant gratification kind of instrument. You just touch it and you have notes and sounds. All the notes over here really high, all the notes over here really low, and you got everything in between. So it's a giant number line of music, I guess.
Okay, with these keys, actually, it's kind of like a guitar, I guess, because I see some strings. Guys, look at this. There's actually strings in there.
Piano is honestly the weirdest instrument with like what you classify it as, because it's a string instrument, as we can see, but also the strings get hit by hammers, so it's also kind of like a drum and a guitar and everything.
Wow.
It's quite wild.
Well, yeah, one of my son's favorite songs is actually Great Balls of Fire by Jerry Lee Lewis.
I see.
And he really likes it, and that's it. Jerry Lee Lewis was going all kind of crazy all over the piano.
Exactly. So what we can do today with Seven Nation Army, it's a very, very, very simple song. It's all white keys only. We don't have to look at anything up here.
Okay.
If I play it for you real quick, it's as simple as just that. So we can play that kind of anywhere, which is the nice thing with piano. If we wanted to sound more like a bass player, we could play it all the way down here. If we wanted to really be heard, we could play it all the way up there.
That is so cool. So you're doing this all on one hand.
Yeah.
All of these instruments take a lot of skill with your hands. I mean, you can't be a good musician unless you're willing to practice and get that muscle memory of how to do these things.
It's a lot of dedication, but it's also a lot of fun. If I wanted to be really fancy, I could even do it with both hands, but we'll save that for a little bit.
All right, well.
But yeah, let's get you playing it.
So should I go here?
Yes, right here. This will be your first note. The only thing that we have to remember from the first note to the second note, there's going to be a gap.
We're skipping a key.
To this one, and then everything else is stepwise motion, which just means we're going white key to white key to white key to white key.
All right.
Very, very simple. And since you've played them before, I think you kind of know how it should go a little bit. We're going to start right here on this note.
Wait, here?
Right here.
Okay.
Yes. Exactly. I think the rhythm from the drums is helping out a little bit.
That is cool.
For sure.
Whoa, and I that time I didn't know which fingers I was going to use. I kind of crawled down it. That was fun.
No, there's proper technique and stuff, but like at the end of the day, if you hit it and it sounds good, you've hit it and it sounds good. So
that's the way I live my life. Hey, we may not have gotten there the way we intended, but we still got there, right?
Exactly. So yeah, if you play it here, like I said, that's exactly the same as you we're playing on the guitar. So if we try it maybe over here to get a little bit of a different sound here. If I get out the way for you a little bit. Perfect. What? Very, very good.
That is so cool.
Do you want to try something a little bit harder and do two at the same time?
Whoa, okay, I'll give it a try.
All right.
So where should I go? Like,
let's try bass and guitar. That way you're close together. You can take it a little slower if you want.
I like to just go full speed ahead and see what happens. Okay, let me try again. Oh, that's not right.
There you go.
Are you guys ready? This is really challenging. I'm not very good with my left hand, but I bet with practice I could get it.
If you want to chopstick it.
Maybe that would be better. Ooh, okay, here we go. It's gonna be good this time. Wow, you made that look so easy.
Yeah, practice does make perfect.
Oop. Find my keys. Where was I at?
You're right here and here.
All right.
Yes. Perfect.
Ooh. Wow, that was a lot more challenging than I thought it was.
Now you're a full-fledged multi-instrumentalist.
Well, that was really cool to learn how to do, and I bet if I practiced that over and over and over again, I could get really good at it.
Of course, of course, of course.
What kind of music do you like to play?
So I'm a very big grunge fan.
You an Eddie Vedder guy?
Yeah, big Nirvana, Alice in Chains, all that kind of stuff.
I used to love that kind of music. Could you show us a little something like that?
I think I could maybe play a little bit of something.
Let me move out of the way. You guys come watch his hands.
Everyone knows this song. Whoops. Maybe that one. Classic grunge staple.
Yep, that was Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit. I know that one anywhere. That was like one of my first cool songs that I really loved. And that was when I really first learned about MTV. We don't have MTV like when I was a little boy. It's changed a lot. Music videos aren't as popular as they used to be, but we used to sit around and watch music videos, and it was really cool to get to see the artists act out different things. Wow, well, thank you so much for showing me the piano. I really appreciate it. That was great. All right, guys, well, one of the cool things about School of Rock, you know, playing an instrument can be a very individual experience, but it can also be part of like a team. You can get together like a band, and that's when all the musical instruments are played together and it sounds so amazing. It all comes together perfectly. Now, all of these teachers here actually know how to play these instruments, and a lot of them are in bands themselves. We got them all together so they could play that song that we were learning together all at once. Come on, guys, come check it out. Oh, wow, so here's the rock stars. All right, well, can y'all show us that song all put together?
Absolutely.
Wow, guys, that was absolutely incredible. See how all those instruments come together to make a beautiful song all together. It's really cool. Wow, cowboys and cowgirls, it's been such an amazing venture here at the School of Rock in the Woodlands, Texas. We learned all about guitar, bass, piano, drums, and we even got to see all of those come together to make a song together. It was really cool. If you've ever been interested in music or learning about an instrument, this would be a fantastic place to learn because they offer all kinds of courses and you can even play together like in a band or something. All right, well, I hope you had a good time with me today, and if you did, make sure to click subscribe to Cowboy Jack on YouTube, and that way you can come with us on all of our adventures because we go on a lot of them. But until I see you next time,